Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is Mike. You're watching Spud Boys TV, and I'm trying this on ultra wide, so it should look a bit different. So, what is this vlog all about, Mike? You've come here, you've seen the thumbnail, you've seen the title. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Newport has a lot of history. Good history, dark, murderous, cold-blooded history. And that's what we're going to be learning today. This is our playground. I'm meeting up with two people, which I'm going to introduce you to in a minute, who know their stuff. They've done their research, and they've messaged me, and they were like, Mike, do you want to come down? We'll have a wander around, and we can tell you some cool history about Newport. Well, it's not cool. It's apparently quite gruesome and dark. So, if you are squeamish, because I'm going to ask these people to be as brutal as possible. I want to know everything. I want to know how dark and how gritty this history is. So if you are squeamish, or if this is not really your thing, or if you're a child, this video might not be the one for you. But if you want to know, if you have a little bit of a morbid curiosity, come with me on this little adventure in Newport. And together we will learn the dark history of Newport. Right then, so we've made it safely into town. That is going to be one of the locations, campgrounds, but there's lots of people there, so we're going to come back. When I say we, ladies and gentlemen, I told you, I'm with two historians. They know their stuff. This, ladies and gentlemen, the man, the myth, the legend, Owen.
Oh yeah, you right?
Introduce yourself.
My name's Owen, innit? I'm humble. I'm shy.
We do have someone else over there, but she's a little bit shy, so we're not gonna put Chloe. This is Chloe, by the way. Do you want to say hello?
Hi.
Do you want to say hello? She's a little bit shy, so we're not gonna put her. We'll get her warmed up. Then by the end of the night, I'm gonna give her the camera and let her go and vlog.
We're gonna be off with it. That's coming on with us.
So what is the plan of attack today? What are we doing? We're
gonna wander around, see where everyone died. That's what's going on.
You can just see like the history just down there. I don't know what the street is called. What's this called?
I actually don't know.
Newport Street.
The one that the pubs are on.
So yeah, so we are going to go to our first location, which is
The
Queen's Hotel.
the Queen's Hotel, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I'm excited. I don't know anything about it. I don't know what secrets it's going to unfold for us.
It used to have Lloyd's in it, and then it closed down over the lockdown.
The Queen's
is now a gentleman's club.
I didn't know there was a gentleman's club in Newport. We have reached our first murderous destination, the Queen's Hotel. So, do you know anything about dates, like how old this is?
So it was 1879. Okay. Yeah. So basically, it wasn't a murder per se for this one. What happened was, a ship captain called Captain Underhill had come into town for one specific reason, which was because Newport was getting its first electric lights, so he was there for like the light turning on, like, you know, like Christmas. Okay. And poor bastard was stepping off his ship and like just completely missed and fell about 20 feet.
Oh.
And on the way down, he smashed up his ribs, smashed up his face and stuff, and then just like by the time he hit the bottom, he was dead. And then they brought him back here to do like a full inquest on his body, and then kept the body in the Queen's Hotel, which was a thing, a staple in the past, it seems. They'd just bring the bodies to pubs, because I'm assuming the cellars were cold, where you keep all the beer and stuff.
That's interesting, isn't
Yeah,
it?
and they keep them there, and the coroners would work out of pubs, which, to be honest, sounds pretty good to me.
So, they kept his body here. For how long did they keep it?
As long as it took before they figured out everything that
Oh,
happened to
man.
him on the way down. Like, yeah, cutting him open and everything in the cellar
Oh.
of the pub. Yeah,
That's mad, isn't
and
it?
he probably wasn't the only one. There was probably ones that weren't documented that were just coming here all the time. You could be having a pint upstairs and someone would be getting hacked up downstairs. Like.
Bloody hell, it's crazy. So have this always been a pub?
I think so. As far as I'm aware, yeah. Like you said, it used to be Walkabout.
I remember it being Walkabout.
Yeah, and they had Lloyd's downstairs in recent history. And they had like a regular pub upstairs.
But apparently now it's a gentleman's club, you said.
Apparently. It was last time I checked. Not that I went.
I wonder if we're allowed in. Have a look. The Grade 11 listed building was built in 1863, soon after the Bridge Street was laid out. Named after the reigning monarch, Queen Victoria, the hotel was the work of the renowned local builder Henry Pierce Bolt, who served as mayor in Newport. The Queen's Hotel was refurbished by Wetherspoons.
Yeah, so it was a spoon. Go on. You're not pushing on enough, Mike.
Hiya, mate. Okay, well, I think that's really, really interesting. So, was that all the pubs in Newport?
I think a lot of them, but from what we've read over and everything, I think it was just
like the nearest place.
The nearest pub. They just put them.
That's
in.
crazy because there's lots of pubs.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
I suppose it's not even.
Did you know that? Did you guys know that?
And it's not localized to the town as well. It's like over in Maindy there were pubs and stuff.
Ah, yeah,
that
of
were
course.
Getting all used up. Some guy just wearing bloodied gloves waiting at the door.
That's mad, isn't it?
Yeah, man.
Well, I didn't know. I think that's really, really interesting.
And now it actually just looks abandoned now.
Yeah.
Because they did have businesses set up just after.
I'm sure I vlogged it. I vlogged the all you can eat.
Yeah, and now it just looks dead.
It's a shame, isn't it?
Yeah, because it's quite a nice place on the inside, isn't it?
Because it's in a pretty cool location. Because all these buildings, you can tell they're quite old. Like that used to be. I'm sure Doc told me that was the old trade or something to do with ship trading.
Right.
The NatWest building.
Yeah.
Something to do with a ship trading or something. Right, and apparently this building here has some significance. Who was murdered here?
He wasn't murdered. He had a mistake. So there was a dude called George Masters who started the first public transport for Newport. So he had a horse and cart, but he also had a wine, tobacco, alcohol business. So he used to do deliveries. So this general building areas where his vaults were. So he started up his little public transport business. He was coming back from Cullean. So he was over in Cullean, he was coming over from Cullean, and I think his horse just went haywire, launched him, and he smashed his head, broke his collarbone and stuff, and just kind of just brushed it off. So then he came back home, which I'm assuming he lived above the vault. I'm assuming, I might be wrong. And just went to bed and just straight up died, and everyone was like, the bus guy's dead. But yeah, he just came back, fell asleep and just died because of his, I'm assuming he had a concussion from his brutal accident. Because I think it was either he crashed into a gate or something and he got pinned against the gate on the horse and then came back to his humble abode or his vaults. So I'm guessing there's stuff underneath all of this.
So when you do your research, have you walked down and said, "Oh, that's the building there," or do you just
We kind of know because I used to wait around the corner from here.
Okay.
So I knew when Chloe was like, "Oh, you know that place?" And I was like, "Yeah."
It's a shame we can't get in. It's a shame we can't get in there.
Well, I don't know. There's the window up there. See if anyone's there.
Oi! Oh, mate, want some money? I've gone then. Oh, there is a thing here. Look. Octavus Morgan, brother of the first Lord Triga.
So what's this got to do with it?
That's where he used to live.
Oh, is it? Is that one of them blue plaques?
1875 it says up there. You would think this might possibly be the entrance to it, wouldn't you?
Oh, from this side?
Yeah. Oh wow, look at this. Pump Street.
Yeah, well, so Baineswell gets its name because it's where the town well was.
Right, okay.
So I think there was different derivative names of the area, and I don't know where the Baines part came from, but the
Batman.
well. Yeah, probably. But the well part is definitely because it was the well. So the last town well was in this general area. I've been told that it was in the park at the top. This by St. Willis Cathedral.
Right, okay.
But it could have been anywhere around it. Pump Street kind of says that there was pub here, but not pub. And it was the last one that was left standing as a public well, and they had to close it down because it just got clogged full of rats.
Oh man,
they were just pure rats all day. So that's a cool little thing about Baineswell. We got anything else around here?
Around here.
How awesome is this? I love it, Liz. Because I don't really know much about Newport, especially this history. This is amazing.
History.
I was just saying then, it's got like a W on the door and all the kind of like the old style buildings and stuff.
So basically, a bit of history that's not so gruesome is a lot of Newport was built around St. Willis.
Okay.
So like that was like the starting point of town. So you'll see a lot of stuff around here that's a lot older. So like you get these ornate little decorations around these. They're quite smaller buildings compared to like other buildings that would be in around a town. So this is what Newport used to be, pretty much. It kind of like spread out from over there.
I'm gonna have to cut this because it's not gruesome enough. Who died? I'm joking.
Everyone.
No, this is, like I said, this is amazing. I'm happy so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, just the
We
little
haven't even
bit.
got to the actual murder. You've just had accidents so far.
Oh, there we go. Here stood Stow Hill Drill Hole, from which sailed Newport's own territorial soldiers from the 1st Rifle Battalion. What's this thing? Oh, look. Let's do. Don't do anything.
Please turn me till the message plays.
Ooh.
Please turn me on.
Oh, I got to turn this.
Please turn me till the message plays.
Oh, do you know what? I can't bother. We're at the saddest, yes, most glorious chapter in Newport's history. On May the 8th, 1915, when an heroic stand against great odds before Ypres?
Yeah.
What was that?
Ypres?
Ypres? The Monmouthshires helped to bar the Germans from the vital channel ports. Of their strength of nearly 500, only 129 officers and men survived. Oh. Right, let's have a little look down here. Owen's going first, which is always a good thing, just in case there's a booby trap, an AIDS trap. I think this is like an entrance to something.
Yeah, someone's like got like a little compost pit. Huh.
Is that garlic?
Yeah.
They're growing their own garlic.
Who's doing this?
And a broccoli. That's just a really cool shot. It's got have a cheeky look. Yeah, let's have a cheeky look. We've got to be careful because next door is an Oriental Thai massage place, so I don't accidentally film inside. And well, there's nothing really here. Looks cool, though, don't it?
Is this how we break into the massage parlour?
I want a free massage. Wow, this is awesome. This is. I love these old coach houses.
Yeah, the old
coach entrance.
Yeah.
The old chain look and the old door for little people, for hobbits. They're making me walk up hills and everything.
Can we cross here?
Sorry, mate. So what did you want to say about you? You used to flood or something?
Yeah, so you see like you got the bin stores,
Yeah.
and then you got like a blocked off one there as well. It was like a hot spot for like homeless people to sleep.
Right.
And because when it rains, like they just fill up with water, and like a lot of homeless people used to just like drown in the mud.
Oh, what? So what? Does that lead anywhere?
To the bin store?
Yeah, is it bins in it? Or is it like a...
Just a deterrent.
Drink, we can have a look. Oh God, we're gonna die. Murdered in Newport. It's locked, is it? Oh, I thought it was open.
Get my torch on it.
I fancy shit. Ooh. Someone's bound to be murdered down here. Oh. What do you reckon? Thumbnail? Smile. Thumbnail. Wow, look at this.
Lots of key shapes on that.
What do you think this used to be?
Glory hole.
Ooh, spider. That's a big glory hole. For a big girthy man.
You think that's big?
And voila. into the cemetery. Stormy. So this used to be a cemetery. You can see all the graves are still here. And these go... I think there's bodies underneath us.
Oh yeah, for sure, man.
Mad, isn't it? Oh, like back in the day, they used to just like... Oh, well, we'll move the graves and just keep the bodies there. There's more over there.
Yeah. But they were like, graves, football pitch.
Any stories about this?
Well, this is where allegedly the town well used to be, but it connects with, I don't know if you can see it from there. You don't want to film a playground there, but St. Willis Cathedral.
Right, okay.
Which
that's where we're going now, isn't it?
yeah, it caused a bit of upset tummies at one point.
We found the dungeon. That's where they used to keep the... Oh, it's open.
There's an umbrella in
Look, my camera's stuck to the metal. Look, it's got a magnet on it.
An umbrella in it. Lawnmower. Ancient treasure.
When anyone was murdered in here.
Probably.
But
Can I reach that to close it?
you was saying there's a... I want to say cool story about up here.
Yeah,
It's not cool, it's kind of horrible and sad, but
Yeah.
cool as well.
Basically, this is like the starting point for Newport. Is St. Willis, which is the derivative of St. Gwentlou. He had a dream. So he was like a was he? Yeah, but what was he originally? He was like a Viking pirate, just a pirate. And he was like proper pirate.
What was his name?
St. Gwentlou. And he had a dream that God visited him and said, "You have to build a church on this hill, and you'll know it because there's going to be a bull there, and you'll know it."
A bull?
This is why that statue of the bull in town.
Oh, yeah.
There. And this is where he erected.
That's interesting.
But then, as time went on, and this was all, as you can see, graveyard and everything, it got so overpopulated and full, and I'm imagining with that bit down there in the park, where the graves were all like getting exposed. It was so shallow.
Oh.
Like all the broken
yeah.
coffins were out and stuff. And then like it was just like all the rainwater and stuff was taking away all the decaying body juices.
Oh.
All the way down towards the town's well.
Oh.
And everyone started getting real sick and dying. Just because all the body juice was seeping away. Cholera?
What is cholera? Oh, I'm falling into it. I didn't want to touch it. Just in case I get diseased.
You're going to come out in a rash.
Yeah, what is
now,
cholera then? It's
cholera?
It's like dysentery.
Severe diarrheal disease.
Yeah. One of those.
My favourite.
One of those bad water diseases.
Oh man.
Contaminating water and food.
But you can majorly die
From dead people.
Human juice.
You've all come here to listen about murders. More of a slaughter, as Owen just
I'd
said.
say a slaughter. Yeah.
Brother and Chloe, you have the limelight.
Yeah, so this was the site of early Newport community. They were raided by Norsemen who sailed up from the river, which you could probably see. But yeah, they would have been situated on this hill. And then when they came through, they raided.
By here or just around this area?
In this area of St. Willis,
What?
yeah.
See, I never knew Vikings come to Newport. Well,
Yeah.
you just
Oh,
said the
yeah.
Viking built this.
So like,
Got the Viking
was it
longship
was it
and-
the same? Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, and so it's originally it was a small hut when it was first built when St.
Ah,
Wilfrid
okay. So
built
he was a
it.
Viking. Was he part of the same people?
Oh, he was an English nobleman, I believe.
Ah, right. Okay.
Yeah.
I did become a saint then, just because he built this, is it? So Chloe's teaching me, you know.
I'm not sure how he became a saint, but his son was also Saint Caddoc.
Right. Okay.
And he was religious from the get-go. So Saint Caddoc kind of changed his dad's ways of kind of, pillaging and pirating, and he influenced him to become more religious, and that's when he had the kind of dream sent by God to find the ox.
That's boring. Find something like that to me, I'd be like, no, I'm going to be a pirate.
So he had a vision from God to find an ox.
Yeah.
And when he found the ox by here,
Yes.
he was like, "This is the spot."
This is the spot where he's going to build his hermitage, as they called them.
That's mad. So
yeah.
do you know about the Vikings and stuff? Do you know how many people they killed?
We'd only been a
No,
small
it
settlement.
is well before like recorded.
Because I know the Vikings, they were pretty nasty.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Well,
Because
like-
I never knew that.
Yeah, because they stopped off. There's a couple of islands on the Bristol Channel that they stopped off. Was Steepholm and Flatholm and St
Caddock was.
Caddock was a hermit on one of those islands as well. Yeah. So one of them, I
But
think
it
there was
sheltered
like a
their ships for a time. It's had
Yeah.
so many uses.
Right, okay.
yeah, there was like a manor on there.
So he was on there when the Vikings turned up.
His son was on the. I don't know if his son was there when they turned up, but it might have been years before.
Okay.
Yeah, but that kind of gave them shelter there and out on those islands before they
Yeah.
sailed onwards. And,
Before they came over.
yeah.
And-
There's some men coming, everyone!
but it's weird that they just keep
Bake the bread!
They just keep coming back to this one place as well. Gate, yeah.
The
Dead
Lich,
bodies
the
passed
Lich
through.
Gate.
Yeah. So the Lich Gate basically gets its name from Lich was another word for body. Can't remember from what language, but before someone was basically interred into the ground, they would be kept here, and the priest from inside the church would come out and meet everyone, and this would kind of keep them dry, but also mark the crossover into the kind of
Afterlife.
There is like writing, yeah?
Yeah.
To the glory of God, this Lich Gate and the western approach were dedicated to the memory. Oh. I'm assuming that's Welsh. Oh no. They say the man who... that's Bible stuff.
That's all broken.
So right here, where we're standing.
Body be kept here.
Yeah, and the goers to the funeral, they would all be piled in here with them.
Yeah. And probably avoiding the curse. Because there's a curse St. Gwentlew put on the place when he built it.
Who? Oh, is that the guy,
The guy who built
Viking,
it. Yeah, he put a curse on it. If anything was ever stolen from there, you'd be cursed and you'd die a horrible death.
Oh.
And a couple of pirates, they'd come through and steal something.
And their ship was destroyed.
Yeah.
What? So stealing from the bodies, is it?
Stealing from the
actual
church.
church
Oh, right.
itself, yeah. So someone
The
nabbed
curse.
something.
What's it? The curse of...
St. Gwentlew.
The curse of St. Gwentlew. That's interesting.
Yeah.
This is so interesting.
I think we should go up into the church and steal something and see what happens.
No, I'm going to Thailand next year. Something bad will happen to me. So we have come to St. Willis Hospital, which used to be a workhouse back in the day. Where...
So this would be where the poorer residents of Newport would be sent or go to work, basically, when there was no other choice or any other work available.
What kind of work is it?
Oh, good
I
question.
don't know what kind of production they did,
No.
but I know that everyone did not want to be there.
Ah, okay.
Apparently the conditions for this place were horrific.
1902.
Yeah. I think a couple of people had... I'd read some articles about people topping themselves so they didn't
Really?
have to work out, yeah.
Much
It must
sadder.
have been pretty bad.
Yeah, there was a report done where someone did an inspection of the conditions here and basically called it appalling.
Oh, wow.
And it was the case of many families had no other choice to work here, but it was the last place you ever
Did they
wanted to
live
be.
here as well?
No,
I think it was. Hang on.
I don't think they
I remember.
lived. Like, I think it was
stayed
either
here.
come here or be on the streets as well, though, kind of situation.
Right, you can go in there.
Yeah, you can go. It's hospital.
I don't want to film hospital. Right, after loads of walking, by the way, we've come to this house. I don't know where we are. Where are we exactly?
Stow
Park Avenue.
Stow Park Avenue.
On the way to Bellevue.
The houses up here are amazing, but we have a story.
So the edge of this building here is actually rebuilt because.
This edge here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait, just 1 second. Guess what? Yes, I'm wearing different clothes. Do you know why? Reshoots. That's right.
Yeah, but I tried to stick to the vein of wear the exact same clothes.
I can't remember what I was wearing. Also, that was the wrong house. But this is the right house.
because on the 12th of September 1940, there was a German plane sent with orders to raid Bristol and Liverpool, but also to drop bombs on Newport and Swansea along the way.
Just on the way.
Just on the way. And so during the flight, they'd actually already endured fire, so their aircraft was already damaged. But then when they were ordered to fly low over Newport, their wing was taken off by it's like a balloon barge cable.
Okay, yeah.
So they actually
Because that's what they used to do. They used to put all the balloons up so the planes fly into them.
Yeah. So they actually came crashing down into this house here.
Yeah. So, when the crash happened, the son Malcolm ran upstairs to try and save his parents, see if they were all right and everything. But they were all fine. So he ran back downstairs to go save his sister, who was in the room. And unfortunately, they both died whilst he was trying to save her in that room. So they passed away. The pilot, actually survived, and he was interred in a hospital around here somewhere. And after a while, the parents actually went to the hospital and forgave the pilot for what had happened. So yeah, that's the gaff of the Phillipses. Where that's a visible bit of history. It's right there. You'd walk past and never even think about it.
We could have had like a plaque or something.
Yeah, I'd say so. Nice little in memoriam kind of thing.
Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Reshoot number 1. Weak German planes can't even destroy a house correctly. I'm glad we battered them. We have come to Bellevue Park, or Park Bellevue Park.
Park so nice they parked it twice.
No Guinness.
Right, let's leave.
Right then, so we have a little bit of a story, do we? Or do you want to wait?
Well, we can go to the ritual circle if you want to
The
make
ritual circle.
It's a bit more spooky than dark.
It's a
Is there
for the Iceland floods that they used to hold.
Oh, is there murders yet?
Well, no, but the Morgans had a member of the family who was interested in, say, black magic.
Oh, okay.
Magic.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So, pretty much, you had Evan Morgan. So this was owned by Godfrey Morgan, who gave it to Newport to be like, have a park, being nice.
He died without an heir, though. And
Yeah.
it was passed to his nephew.
Yeah.
The title of Viscount Tredegar. And he had a son who was called Evan Morgan.
And Evan was a weird boy. So they used to call him the Birdman as well, because he had like a big, massive nose. But used to always just have like wild animals with him all the time. So he had like a pet parrot and stuff.
What?
But he was well into like dark arts and
Like
black
voodoo?
black magic and stuff. So have you ever heard of Aleister Crowley?
No.
So he's like known as like the most evil man ever to have lived. So he used to practice black magic and stuff. Evan Tredegar invited Aleister Crowley round to Tredegar house. He was like, let's do some magic together. And then Aleister Crowley's diary, who's supposed to be the most evil man who ever lived, he's like, this guy's too crazy, man.
Really?
I can't deal with how crazy this guy is. Like, he's like way too deep in the source of the dark magic. And we went to like a little walk in Tredegar house. And it was kind of like a guided tour, but at night, and they'd tell the spooky stories and stuff. And they were like, oh, here's Evan Tredegar's room. And there was like a little alcove in the wall. And he was like, that used to be a little shrine, like an altar where he used to do like rituals and stuff. And then as we were walking out the room, we just heard a thud behind us. So I was like second to last out, and there was a woman behind me. Turned around, she was just like convulsing on the floor, throwing up all over herself and stuff. We had to call an ambulance and everything. And we were like, what's happening? And she was starting to come through when the paramedics were getting there. She was just like, I just started feeling really queasy and stuff in the room.
Bloody hell.
Yeah. And now
Evan!
He's got a little spooky ritual murder place.
So this is his, is it? This is his little...
Well, I don't know if this was his, but it's here.
It's kind of,
It's
yeah,
kinda
it looks
spooky.
like the sort of thing that you might use in a pagan ritual.
Yeah.
Have a look.
And there was a lot of the kind of elite class were friends with him, went to his parties in Tredegar House.
Be like a medieval, not medieval, like why
Turn of the century.
Yeah, he's kind of like P. Diddy, I guess.
Oh yeah, kind of. Yeah.
He's a version of P. Diddy. But
Like his house was wild as well, like because he had so many wild animals. Like people were saying they'd go to parties at his house and like a crocodile would walk across the room, and he'd let a kangaroo loose on the grounds and stuff.
get off quick!
Evan, is
It does feel like someone's probably been sacrificed
Yeah,
here.
it looks like it, doesn't it?
But no, it's used for Eisteddfod is what they said.
Right, okay. But it just feels weird. Because over there you got nice grass. In here it's all horrible.
Yeah.
It's tainted land. Before we leave these demonic grounds, the story
of Rudolf Hess. So Rudolf Hess was like second in command in the Nazis, pretty much.
a lot of Nazi stories, isn't
Yeah,
it?
Newport's got interconnected stuff with Nazism. So basically, Rudolf Hess, he was like the second in command. He'd known Hitler since he'd done his beer hall putsch, and he wanted to do a solo peace mission to the UK towards the end of the war. So he flew to Scotland.
Right.
And he crash landed a plane on his own in Scotland to be like, oh, I come in peace, right? And then ended up getting carted off to... He travelled all the way down here.
Right.
And then got carted off to Mayndiff Court. But at the same time, he was mates with Evan Tredegar of the Tredegar House. So the Tredigars were in with me.
Evan Tredegar sealed off the area and said there was no visitors to be allowed while he was there.
No one was allowed to see.
So he was a
Newport's
top
friend.
Nazi, was he? Rudolf.
Well, Rudolf Hess, yeah, he was second in command. But he'd known Hitler since the start. Like.
Bloody hell.
And I think after that, Hitler said that he was never, he didn't want to see him again.
Yeah, can't come back to Germany. Yeah.
You're banned from Germany, Rudolf!
When they were taking everything over, he was the one person that wasn't allowed.
You're not coming to my Christmas party, Rudolf! You've been banned from Germany! We're entering the shadow part. Where there's been quite a lot of murders. Pilgwenny. Now, we're not putting Pill down. You guys know how much I love Pill. We're just going down there because there's one or two stories that leads us down there. So, let's go and see what, let's go and see, are these like old murders or are they?
Yes,
so they'd be like
1800s again.
1800s.
Okay.
My feet are fucking killing me.
Right, and we have entered Pill. So, where to? How far down are we going?
Next to Shawarma City.
Shawarma City, okay, that's just at the very end of Pill.
Big walk.
Look at this, guys, Pill at night. It's exciting, isn't it? Dusk. That's what I mean, I love Pill, so got no issues down here. Plus, if anyone starts, he'll protect me. Right, we have survived Pill, ladies and gentlemen. So this here, there used to be a pub here called the King's Arms.
Yeah.
And I'm going to leave the rest to these guys.
So this one is where...
There was a woman who wanted to leave her husband.
Yeah.
And he wasn't very happy about it. She had her own house on Temple Street, which I don't know where it is in relation to this, but she worked in a tailor's on this road, and he wasn't taking, obviously, the breakup very well, so we went to her workplace and would just sit there in silence.
Right.
And the manager, would tell him, you need to leave.
Yeah, the landlord would be like, get out
Leave her
of
alone.
here.
In this pub, she used to work in this pub.
So,
Oh, not work here.
no,
so
that was
she was in a tailor's, but I'm not sure where along the street that,
yeah, it was
that it is.
like a haberdashery she was working at.
Yeah,
Right.
And yeah, so he'd be sat there just watching her work, like
not leaving.
staring at her, and she was like, leave me to it, like. And they were known to like argue and stuff, and he was like a bit of a pisshead.
Lucia.
What did you do? Yeah, and then pretty much it like he was just harassing her, and it got to a point where he like barged in one day and he was like, right, you're gonna come out with me, we're gonna go out for a drink, and she was like, no, I'm trying to work, like leave me to it.
And then so the landlady said something along the lines of, we know you're likely armed with something.
Yeah, and he stood
It's
up.
concealing something.
Yeah, and he shot up and he was like, I haven't got anything, search me, and then just stormed over and then just grabbed her by the edge. She was still sat down, and then gashed her throat
From
one side to the other. So we got like a sweep emotion like that. So apparently it went from like one ear across her mouth, and then the second one went from her ear right across her neck like that.
Bloody
And
hell.
apparently it was described that like the lady like didn't even make a noise. She like slipped, grabbed the landlady's like apron, down and everything, and that was it. She just died out, and then was taken
But
to.
She was taken here to the King's Arms.
And that's
they
where her
kinda did
body
the
was
With the whole,
postmortem.
it goes back to the thing where the body's going back to
Yeah.
the pubs and stuff.
Yeah, this is where she was held. So this is the only
That's
address
crazy.
we've got in connection. But
That's
yeah,
crazy.
Yeah.
The other ones were
Can I have
hard
one
to
by
find,
Hi, mate, you alright? Oh, nice one. Do you want to be on the video? Do you want to say hello? We're doing a dark history of Hill. Yeah, because this used to be a pub here, and they were saying like a woman got murdered, and that's where they brought a body in this old pub here.
Back in the day, they used to put the bodies in the bottoms of pubs, like in the cellars and stuff, where it was cold.
What's happening over here?
there's a story connected to somewhere called Prothero's Rome. We did our searching. We cannot find it, so we're assuming that it might have just been
Right, okay.
demolished and built
you could
over.
see it from Church Street.
which is where we are now.
Because it is, yeah, all right. Because it is obviously developed. The street's gone, and
Yeah, so Church Street was where.
The landlord.
So basically there was this couple, and the missus. Basically, what happened was the dude came home, and as he walked into the room, the missus was in bed, and he saw a bloke leaping out the window. So he just lost his mind. Went to his landlord and he was like, "I'm gonna kill her. That's how it is. I'm just gonna kill her." The landlord was like, "I'd recommend you don't." And he was like, "Sorry, gotta go do it." So he went back to the house, went in, shot his missus,
bloody hell.
and then he went down. He went and told his land.
Then he cut his own throat as well.
Yeah. So he went downstairs into the living room, slit his own throat, and he was like bleeding out. The milkman found him.
Bloody
So
hell.
the milkman was like, "Fuck, mate, I'll go get the landlord." Right? The landlord comes in and he's like, "Mate, like what's happened?" He's like, "I've killed her. I'm on my way out. So this is gonna be goodbye." And the landlord went, "Well, I hope it's not." And he went, "I fear it is." They were his last words. "I fear it is." So he just straight up just shot her in the head.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, and it was somewhere around
here.
But I think it's been knocked down.
Well, that's not spooky at all, is it?
Haunted.
I'm sure the eyes just blinked at me.
Got to take it home now.
I'll get it for Logan. Logan, do you want to know?
Well, you could fit into that dress.
Right, so our next destination, just by here, is a pub called the Captain and Pilot. Ship and Pilot.
And it's heaving.
Haven? Yeah, sounds quite busy. So, behind me is the Ship and Pilot. We've had to walk away from it because there's music playing and there's people outside. So I'm going to turn the camera on these fine people.
Yes. So there was a pub called the Tredegar Arms. Again, there's no record that we could find of where it was, but it was on this street.
Yeah.
So we assume, because it was repurposed once it was closed, that it turned into another pub.
Yeah.
Oh, I know there's an abandoned pub somewhere.
Yeah.
It's around here.
No, yeah, I know because I've tried getting in there.
Are you thinking the one that's a little bit further down?
Yeah, down here maybe.
I don't think it's that one. I think it was like on this road.
Church Street specifically.
Yeah. So I don't know if it's that one that's been repurposed or it's been knocked down entirely now.
Right, okay.
Because it became another pub.
Yeah.
But this one, bless this guy. So this one, there was a drayman who used to work here. So this guy used to work with the barrels and everything. And he went down into the cellar one day. This guy was known for a drink. And he went down into the cellar with the landlord. And as they were going down, he saw like a bottle on like a ledge. So when the landlord wasn't looking, he took a cheeky swig and put it back down. And then the landlord was like, he was like making noises. The landlord was like, "You alright?" And he was like, I've drank something hot. It turns out what this dude had done, it drank carbolic acid.
Oh, fucking hell.
So there's all of his insides were just getting eaten away. They called the doctor out, and the doctor was trying everything he could do. Back in those days, acid remedies being milk, eggs, and olive oil. So needless to say, not much was really done for the guy. I think he went out into the street, and he was just kind of just like dying out in the street.
Died out.
It's right by here.
Right on the street, yeah.
Oh, that's a nasty one.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal.
It's not really a murder though. He murdered himself.
Self-murder.
Drinking acid by accident because he thought it was a
That's
bit
mad
of
though, innit? Just like,
having a cheeky swig.
Yeah.
Just think he was having a cheeky swig and he had a big mouthful of acid instead.
delish.
And then so we have the seedy side of Newport when we have chameleons. And
Oh, the greenhouse. Aaron, let's go in there. I don't even know how you get in. It looks shut.
That's what they want you to think. But there's some real lurid things happening behind.
Oh, you can see the lights on.
Yeah, big camera up there.
Show me.
We give them a knock. I like the way they got a security camera right in the front as well.
I don't know if you've got to get naked though.
I think you do, you know, actually. No, women don't have to, but men have to wear towels.
Ah,
I think
okay.
that's the rule.
Nothing screams dark side of Newport when we go down a dark alley in Newport. So we are heading to the Mullinger Wharf. Not the pub that everyone thinks of, but the water. Oh, that was actually quite exhilarating. I'm being sick. What is that noise though? Oh, it is a helicopter. All right. So this behind me is the student union. And the Mullinger Wharf. There you go.
Look at them going.
Think they're going fishing?
I know they're trashed. Have you heard them? They were going.
Oi! Hey! Subscribe to Spud Boys.
I think this general area is pinned down to what I know as the Mullinger Wharf. Because I was talking to one of my managers who's a local, and he was like, yeah. I was like, because I know the pub's called the Mullinger Wharf. But where is it? And he was like, past that fence. So I think it might be this little
dock.
enclave kind of thing, yeah.
So what disastrous, murderous story do we have?
Do you want to tell this one?
Okay.
You can tell this one.
So there was a policeman who was on watch out here.
How long ago was this?
1800.
1800s
Okay.
again. Yeah, there was a policeman who was out on watch, and he found a man down in the riverbank in a bad way, in such a way that if he'd been left there he would have died. So he got him out of the water and took him to, there was apparently like a little like doctor's station or something for the docks. So he took him there and then returned back to his watch. And then the next day, when they were doing the rounds and checking on all the watchmen, they actually found him just dead in the same place that he'd found the
police
man.
officer?
Yeah,
Police
in the
officer,
exact same place he saved the guy from.
And his
Do you
watch
I mean,
stopped at 4 a.m.
4 a.m.
So
specifically.
it was shortly after he'd brought the man to safety.
See, what I'm thinking is, do you think he saw that guy down there and like, after he saved him was like,
I wonder what was
down there?
What was he doing down there?
Let me have a look.
It could be speculated that someone tried to kill the man.
Yeah,
throw
throw him
And then
in, yeah.
when he, obviously his plans were foiled, he just
Because
thought,
when you
next
think
one.
about it, if there was a guy stuck and you went down and saved the guy, if you were like one who went down there, you've already got down there once. So you
Yeah,
did
why would you go back?
yeah.
Yeah.
Which makes it seem a bit sketchy that they might
And that's
be-
happened right by here.
Yeah.
in this area. So
Mystery. Right, we've come now into the town centre. We've got 2 more stops left. Nando's is quiet. Let's get Nando's.
I'll eat a whole fucking chicken.
Just one? So we have come to Newport City Centre, as you can see,
At night.
at night. So this place is the area of interest.
Of the cuckold murder.
Ooh. Who's telling the story?
I'll tell this one. It's my favourite one. Basically, there was a dude.
Just 1 second! Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we're back to another location, which we possibly might have can't speak. Possibly might have had wrong. Would you like to tell him, Owen?
Maybe we had it wrong. Because I think we filmed there. But it could possibly be here. Which was the location of the London restaurant. Wherein there was a gentleman who fought in the Boer War. He was a tailor by trade before. So once the war had finished, he was obviously from Newport and wanted to settle down in South Africa and start like a tailor's. So he comes back to Newport to his wife and begs and pleads for her to come back to come to South Africa with him so they can start a life there. To which she says, "Sorry, I can't. I've had 2 kids with another bloke."
Oh, lovely.
Yeah. So he kind of has a little bit of a breakdown, begs and pleads for it. He says, "I don't even care about that, just come back with me." And she's like, no. He's like, okay, meet me at my lodgings in town, which is the site of the former London restaurant. He used to live upstairs. Well, stayed upstairs. So she was like, oh yeah, I'll give him a shot. So she meets up with him. They have dinner, and he begs and pleads and cries. To which she is like, man up, stop crying. And he's like, all right then, well, if that's your decision, go on, get out. As she's leaving the premises, he comes up from behind and slits her throat from ear to ear, leaving her to die on the floor.
We're right by there.
Maybe, I don't know what the old face of the building used to look like. Could have been here, but if it was a restaurant, I don't know if the lodgings were separate, so it could have been maybe here, or possibly.
By there.
Somewhere around here. And yeah, he murdered her in cold blood right on the high street in front of everyone.
That's crazy.
And then got sentenced, begged or pleaded insanity. They weren't having it. And then just for the rest of his days was just begging to bury her. He wanted to bury her, but I think she got buried by the other bloke she had the kids with. So this is the location of, as they call, the cuckold murder.
Bloody hell.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And town's bustling.
Town is quite busy, isn't it? I'm
No
surprised
one
nobody have said like, hey, put me on the camera.
Yeah, not like last time.
But you can just see, this is the thing, you can just see by the old buildings and how old things are.
Yeah.
That's an old flagpole there, and they put a flag there, wouldn't they? Wow. That's mad, isn't it? See, it's wicked knowing that this history. It's wicked knowing that you know this stuff. Because every time I walk past, I always look up and I'm just like, wow, look at the buildings, mate. They look sick. So back in the day, these shop fronts would have had like steps going in, do you reckon?
Could have done, possibly. Not too sure, really. I wasn't there.
All right, smarty pants.
But they would have had different like facades and like, you know, like to get to like upstairs and stuff. They might have had separate entrances.
So when did this happen?
That was 19. No, the Boer War, so it would have been late 1800s.
It just goes to show how old Newport is as well. Because you can see like how old it is with all the old buildings and everything. Well, it feels like Germany, this does. So by here we do have the Mullinger, which is apparently haunted by a guy wearing a watch.
Trilby hat. Very stylish ghost.
But there's apparently you can't find anything about any murders in the Mullinger.
Not one. It's supposed to be one of the oldest pubs in Newport, and no one got murdered in there.
We'll have to do some digging.
Too safe for me.
But ladies and gentlemen, we are coming to the end. We are coming to the final stop of the journey.
The last one.
The last one. We was going to do it first, but we've, as you've seen, we've walked about 9 miles today. Right, ladies and gentlemen, the last stop on this dark history of Newport tour.
Also the first stop.
It was the first stop, but there was loads of people here earlier. The Carpenter's Arms. Now I can tell you a little bit before. Only what the barman told me. John Frost himself was actually imprisoned here. They got 3 ghosts. They got a little girl that haunts the stairs. You got an old woman in the cellar, and then a man that walks up and down by the ladies' toilets. And also, what they used to say, there's tunnels underneath which lead down to the castle.
Yeah, and the civic centre.
And the civic centre leading underground. They've not boarded them. They've bricked them all up now because when the river rises, they floods. But it is one place in Newport which is not boarded up or blocked up. So that could be possibly, hopefully, another vlog. But back to the history, the dark, murderous history of Port of New.
Yes.
What
was this one?
What do you mean?
Oh, it's the jail.
Yeah.
This is where it happened. John Frost himself, the figurehead of the Chartist movement, was thrown in prison here.
Keep all sorts of prisoners in there.
All of them.
And also for their own protection, in case the families of victims wanted to come after the
why they had the
perpetrators.
tunnels. So they kept the tunnels, because if they came up going to court, they'd get lynched by the public families of the victims of whatever they've done, because this was a short stay jail. So the main courts were out in Monmouthshire, which was, I think this was Monmouthshire at that point.
Yeah,
it was still
because
England.
the barman did say, I say the barman, probably the manager. He said that this used to be part of Monmouthshire when England burnt down all the castles.
whole town,
That's why, because they've always said he burnt down Newport Castle. Yeah. But I was thinking, why would he burn down Newport Castle if it's Welsh? But that's the reason, because it used to be part of England.
I think it was England up until the 70s, I think.
Oh, really?
Something like that, yeah. Because the old lady I work with, she was like, when I was a girl, Newport used to be part of England, you know. And it was like, oh, I actually didn't know that, because me being not from here. I'm not from here.
Cut!
What have you got against Canada, man?
I love Canada.
Yeah.
I thought it was England.
And Liverpool, but you know. But yeah, she said it wasn't until about the 70s that it was made Wales.
Oh.
Yeah, so it was England, and that's why, England, my namesake, burnt down the gaff. Cut it all down.
Countless criminals.
Yeah,
hundreds,
all types.
hundreds.
Doing all sorts
Murderers.
And the oldest building,
Thieves.
the oldest building in Newport Town, I think. He was saying, Kieran was
Self-proclaimed.
saying, because after Owen Glendower burnt everything down, this is where the carpenters who rebuilt town had their house.
Ah.
So this is where it all got rebuilt.
Established in 1403.
1403. Older than the Mullinger.
So, ladies and gentlemen, there you go. What do you think of our little dark history of Newport vlog? Did you enjoy it? Please give a like. Please give a comment. If you know any places in Newport that we can come, or if we're wrong about anything, blame them too.
Say nice things, please.
But I would just like to say thank you so much to these amazing people for coming along and helping us. Hopefully they will be starting up a YouTube channel soon, and as soon as they do, I'll be able to post it and say. So, what have these people got to do?
They've got to like and they've got to subscribe.
Hit that notification bell for any new uploads, man. And be there Sunday night, usually about 9 o'clock. Get on Mike's lives. Like religiously.
Yeah, come and say hello to me live. But I just want to say thank you both. It's been
Thank
absolutely
you.
incredible.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit tired. There's a lot of walking.
Yeah.
About
They're like,
10
you
miles.
can handle the walking, no problem.
I think my blisters have blisters after this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's only around our local area.
But yeah, so thank you so much, guys, for watching. But I can't thank these guys enough. It's been absolutely incredible.
We tried our best.
No, you did really, really well.
Don't be mean.
Don't be mean. Don't
No,
be
they're not
mean.
going to
Be
be
nice.
mean. They're not going to be mean, are you, Carter? So I just want to say thank you so much. And this is how I end the vlog, guys. I'm going to end it like this. So I need the right hand to end it.
Go for it.
Boo! And then